riches, and I'll give you an army. I'll give you whatever you want. Just don't destroy the tradition." And she's like, "No, I'm the breaker of chains." And she even mentioned, "I'm not going to only stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel." What season did she mention? It's like season 3, 4.
Oh yeah, I think like maybe even season 5
or something. Where she's like, "I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break it." She mentioned this in season 5. She's breaking the wheel. She did it. Why are people complaining about her joining the dark side? Dark side, going ballistic, going postal. Why are people complaining? I don't get it.
because
It just
people don't pay attention,
people don't
or
pay attention.
either that or either that they forgot.
Huh?
I said either that or they forgot.
They forgot because they didn't rewatch it and did their homework. Before you even study for a test, before you start getting into a debate, before you complain about something, why don't you look back with the individual's origin, the history of the origin? Not only that, she is the daughter of her father, the Mad King, who burned people for fun. I mean, that kind of runs in the. Her brother was crazy. Her brother was like, I don't care if you fuck all the
Oh yeah. He's like, yeah. Just I don't care if you fuck all the Diraki, man. You just
directors.
if they want to fuck you, you just take it.
You just take it. I don't
Yeah,
care
you got
if I don't care if it's like 1,000 of them.
yeah
I'll have 1,000 of them fuck you, plus have their horses fuck you,
yeah.
just to just to become king. Like, dude, she's come from a fucked up family. What makes you think she's not gonna be fucked up? She's gonna be fucked up at one point. Yeah, maybe a nicer version. She's doing it for the greater good, but the Mad King thought he was doing something for the greater good. He thought people were he thought the houses were conspiring against him. And of course, her brother was like, I'm trying to get our throne back because they took it back from us. They murdered our father. I mean, they murdered their father. It's it's 2 plus 2. It's like, yeah, you murdered my family. Just like same thing goes with Tyrion. Like, look, my brother wasn't all that. He wasn't a saint. He's had his days and moments, but he was a good brother to me. He was my only friend. And my sister is a fucked up bitch, but she's still my sister. And you kill them, of course he's gonna want to get revenge. He's gonna get one. Of course he's gonna like fuck the queen. You killed my brother and my sister, no matter how bad they are.
Well, not only that, but also too like she went against her word because she promised them like, okay, if they ring the bell and surrender, then
Exactly.
she'll let them go, and she did the total opposite.
She did it. She did a total opposite. So to all you guys complaining about Danny's revenge, come on now. You really, really got to think about it. Like you've been putting, and then towards the end, episode 5, right, or episode 4 or 5 of season 8.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you mentioned. Her nephew doesn't want to fuck her anymore. Um, people, people, her nephews, and Sansa and Arya, they're also her nieces. Did nobody mention that? Like, that's part of her family too, if you think about it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that's like her,
That's her niece.
like the in-laws.
No, that's her niece because wait, her in-law. Okay, in-laws actually.
Yeah,
Uh,
because like okay,
yeah,
her brother, yeah, because they brothers
you're
from the
right, you're right.
start. So like,
Not blood, but in-law.
yeah,
So that's her niece-in-law. Not blood, but
but they didn't like her. Like they
different.
told John like we don't like her.
Like, we're not going to bend the knee for her.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that's
Like,
when
cause like
John.
they said like yeah we don't. There's just something about her we don't trust her.
And guess what? She did it
Yeah.
exactly what they thought she would do. Like I feel like if she takes over, she's trying to get rid of all these tyrants. She's getting rid of uh, a new world
She she's
order.
basically she's
Her,
basically becoming she's mostly
her
becoming what she hates.
she hates. She's destroying a new world order to create her own new world order. That's pretty much just as bad as Cersei. I mean, if you
Yeah,
think
but
about it,
she's ruling by fear.
Cersei killed people, not as much as Dany's killed people. Cersei killed people one by one. She tortured them, but I don't think she killed. I don't think that church alone adds to Dany's death counts or death kills
Well, I mean, I can tell you right now, Danny surpassed Cersei just by killing the entire city.
by killing the entire city.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
forget what she did before then. I mean, just based on what they know, yeah,
Just that one day,
yeah,
just that one
she already surpassed it.
surpass it just by one episode, by one war.
Because think about it, that's like somebody like burning down the entire city of New York.
Exactly, pretty much. So why are we complaining? Why are we complaining about Dany um, getting pushed more into the dark side when she's been built up? This is pretty much her prophecy. She's been saying this from the get go. I will burn your house down. She even told this to the who was those people who live in the sand. The sand. Remember that land where they kind of travel to the sand.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember though the name of it.
That one city, like the city of riches.
Mm-hmm.
Are you falling asleep on me, bro?
No.
Oh, okay. That one city of riches where her dragons were still babies and they abducted her dragons for a moment. She
You
even
going?
told him like, when I come back here, I'm gonna burn your city down. So she've already threatened a city about burning it down from the get go, from like 3 4 seasons ago. So she's capable of doing this. She even said that when my dragons grow big, they're babies right now, but when they grow up, I will come back and burn your city down, and I will take over. She did the same exact thing here at King's Landing. So why in all of God's universe are we complaining about Danny's revenge? Why? Why, Anthony?
Because they have nothing else to complain about.
Why are we complaining? The only complaints we should have, which I agree with you with, is the they should have made it a 10 episode series as opposed to
Yeah,
either a 10 episode series or a 2 hour long episode per episode.
yeah, because in that way it just prevents them from trying to rush everything. That's what I feel like
Exactly.
they try to do. They just try to rush it.
On the fifth episode alone, I already felt like what the fuck. So she already burned down the city. I think this needs 3 episodes more to build this up.
Yeah,
Right?
because then because after she burned down the city, it's kind of like, okay, where do you go from here?
Are we just gonna? I know they're gonna kill her. There's no way Danny's gonna triumph on this one. I just didn't know who was gonna kill her.
Well, yeah. So let's talk about that one then. So it's like about the final one. Like I'm with you. I knew they were gonna kill her, but I didn't think it was gonna be John, and B, I didn't think it was gonna happen like 10 minutes into the episode.
Say it again.
I said like I agree with you. Like I knew they were gonna kill her, but I didn't think it was gonna be John, and I didn't think it was gonna happen like 10 minutes into the episode.
Yeah, that was a quick kill.
Yeah, it's like she took over the city, and then before she could even celebrate, she did.
I was actually hoping that maybe um, Danny would survive the episode all the way till the end and give her that death at the end,
Yes,
where they
that's what
kind
I
of
was.
have to
That's what I was thinking.
like fight the dragon a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping for something like that, but overall, I still liked it. I mean, I'm glad she died the way she did because she was going nuts already. She was already telling Jon Snow, like, "Look, we can conquer this together. I'm your queen, right?
Yeah,
We can
she
do
gave
this
she
together."
gave him she gave him the Darth Vader speech.
And she also said, "Who gives a fuck what they say?" Oh shit! When she said that, like, I don't give a fuck what they say. I'm the queen. She sounded like Cersei. She sounded exactly like Cersei. So I'm glad that she got stabbed.
She sounded like Hitler when she gave that victory speech.
She did sound like Hitler, didn't she?
Yeah,
Every city, one by one, will conquer and create a new world order.
no, but she was even she was like,
What
yeah,
the fuck?
we're gonna take over Winterfell. We're gonna take over the Cape. Like she was naming them all.
I was like, what
Castle
the
Rock.
fuck is this bitch talking about?
Yeah, it's like he really
Dude,
won. Like,
I was,
like
I
he
was
won the
afraid.
war. How many wars you gonna fight?
Exactly. The war is not over. I was like, what the fuck? The war is over. Calm down, bitch. What the fuck? Where are you going with this shit?
Yeah. All right, but so
I, you know,
now I'm gonna deep in go dive into the negatives of the final episode and what
I
I had
thought
a
we were.
problem with.
I thought we already
Huh?
had negatives.
No,
Oh,
I'm talking about the final episode, just the final episode alone.
okay. What's your
So like,
negativity?
all right, so like a lot of people were disappointed with the final episode, and I was one of those people. But my beef with the episode was just like it kind of reminded me of the last hour of Return of Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, where like the last hour of that movie, they were just like showing how they're just showing like people moving on with their lives, like
Yeah.
Bilbo and all that. And so I felt that's how this episode was. It's kind of like
Oh
it's like
shit, you're right. Yeah.
it's kind of like show you like okay, just people moving on with their life. Brandoff's son became king.
Yeah.
Sansa's the king, the queen of the north. Arya decides she wants to find out what's west of Westeros, and so it was just kind of like that last like 45 minutes of the episode was just kind of like okay, do we really need to see this shit? And
Well,
then I
yeah.
also had a question too about John because as part of John's punishment is that they sent him back to the Night's Watch, and I'm like, why do they have a Night's Watch when A, the White Walkers are
Been
dead,
destroyed.
and
Yeah.
then B, part of the Night's Watch was to make sure the free folk don't try to invade, but it's like the free folk in the common folk, they're now friends now thanks to John, so they're not gonna the free folk are not gonna try to the wildlings are not gonna try to do anything. So like, what is the point of the Night's Watch now?
Dude, that's a
Like,
question to me.
no, I was just a question I just had in general, like why send John back to the Night's Watch when like what's the purpose of the Night's Watch? Like there's no threat from the White Walkers and there's no threat from the wildlings, so why they have the Night's Watch?
Well, it's to keep John from getting decapitated, from getting punished.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm just saying like why do they have the Night's Watch if there's really no threat anymore? If the
Well,
purpose of
it's
the
kind
Night's
of like,
Watch was to keep out the wildlings and make sure the White
uh,
Walkers don't take over. And
and
there's
you
no
know what?
more the wildlings. The wildlings are now peaceful with the common folk, and
Yeah.
White Walkers are no longer a threat. So why have a Night's Watch?
Well, they used that to keep John from getting executed
Yeah,
because he did create mutiny, not mutiny, but what's that word? Um, well, mutiny, right?
well, yeah, the Unsullied
But
wanted to kill him. Grey
yeah,
Worm.
he killed Danny. He killed the queen. So uh, uh, what's that word? Treason.
Treason.
He
Yeah,
created.
and that's another question too. I have like, why? How did they know? Because Dragoon took her body before anybody could see it.
I'm sure he admit, like they're gonna start asking questions like,